Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Shana and together we are going to do a 45-minute strength and conditioning workout using the TRX suspension trainer. Our movement focuses today will be squatting and pulling type exercises. After our warm-up, we're going to complete 3 different rounds of work. The first round will be mostly standing, squatting, and pulling exercises, 45 seconds on, and then a brief 20-second transition between. At the end of that round, we'll do a 2-minute cardio blast, take a short break, and then round 2 will be mostly ground-based exercises, still ending in a cardio blast, little break. Round 3, those exercises will be an evolution, a harder version of what we saw in round 1. It's still ending in a cardio blast. And then today we're going to end with one of my favorites. It's a -1 challenge using the TRX Low Rows. Then we'll cool down and it's going to feel amazing. So let's get this party started with our usual warm-up. We're going to start with your TRX standing rollout. My straps are going to be at mid-length for the entire warm-up. I'm going to have you stand facing away from the anchor point on the balls of your feet, nice, strong, active plank. Roll those arms out slightly, brace your core, and come right back in. Right now, I'm setting that strong plank for today's workout. We're actually going to be doing some planking, but you also want your core braced when you're pulling and when you're squatting and really when you're exercising in general. So right now, I want you to think of having a piece of coal between your butt cheeks. And you're gonna squeeze that coal really tight so that by the end of our 45 minutes, you've got a brand new sparkly diamond in 3, 2, and 1. Our second exercise will be a squat row combo. Your straps are at mid-length. You're gonna stand facing the anchor point. Lean it back just a touch, feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. Drop your bucket down, get a nice stretch in your hips and your knees. We're doing lots of squatting today. And plank, and then big row and squeeze behind the shoulder blades, and plank. Alternating those 2 movements that we're going to see quite a bit of today. So it's squat, plank, and row and squeeze, and plank. Feeling that engagement behind your shoulder blades, mobilizing your hips, your knees, and your ankles, loosening up those joints, fixing your posture. 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunge with Y fly. So my straps stay at mid-length. I'll be standing facing away from the anchor point in that Frankenstein position. Big step forward with my right foot, lower the left knee down. Enjoy that stretch, pressing into the handles, stand up tall and proud. Step forward with your left foot, lower the right knee down. Feel that stretch in your hips and your chest and drive downward in those handles. Alternating sides, open and press, stretching the whole front side of your body and feeling your core engage as you press down into those handles. 5, 4, 3, I'm gonna do one more, 2, and 1. Single leg hip hinge. So straps stay at mid-length, stand facing the anchor point, press down on those handles. Center your right foot to the anchor, hinge forward, feel a little bit of a stretch, and come right back up. Try not to set down your left foot. So right now I'm feeling that stretch through my hamstrings. I'm working on my balance on this side, and by pressing down on the handles, I'm engaging my core once again. We've got 10 seconds left on this side, then we'll switch feet right away. Making sure you have that straight line from your ears to your shoulders to that back heel, moving just like one of those birds on the bird bath where it just kind of dips down and back up. Go ahead and switch feet, keep going. Hinge forward, feel that nice stretch. I'm always tighter on this side, and it always surprises me. Woo! Keep those shoulder blades in your back pockets. Hinge and stand. Pressing forward and reset. 15 seconds left on this side. Enjoy that stretch. Whoops, need that. Hinge forward and return. Shoulders down and back. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do some lateral lunges. Give me a nice wide stance, staying just how you are. Bend your right knee. Get a nice stretch to those inner thighs. Pull your body straight back up. Bend your left knee. Are both of your toes pointed directly forward? Making sure you're lowering straight down like an elevator, not an escalator. And really use those handles to pull yourself back up as you go through this range of motion. Should feel really good moving through this stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to end with your TRX golfer's rotation with shoulder sweeps. So hands are belly button height, shoulders are down and back. I'm going to have you rotate 180 degrees, pivoting on your feet, touch the ceiling, drop those arms, bring them up, swing down and through, other side, touch the ceiling, drop them, lift them, and swing it through. Oh, big stretch through the shoulders. If you feel like it's too tight through your shoulders, you can walk back toward the anchor point. If you're not feeling the stretch as we do the rotation, move further away. Get a little more stretch in your shoulders. Let's do one more on each side, keeping tension on those straps. Swing it down and through and stretch and return. Now we're warmed up. All right, it's time to start round 1. Again, we're going to do 45 seconds of every exercise, followed by a 20-second fairly quick transition. So our first exercise, we're going to start off the bat with a TRX squat. My straps are at mid-length. I'm standing facing the anchor point. This is not the hardest one you're doing today, but I promise we're going to build on it. Shoulders down and back, holding onto the handles. I'm going to have you slowly sink your hips down and back as low as you can. Try to separate the floor with your feet and stand back up. Let's try this 45 seconds. Now, how low can you safely go with that squat? During this set, I want you to really maximize your perfect form because we're going to revisit these squats in several different ways today. Are those shoulders down and back? Are you going straight down and up like an elevator, not falling backwards and forwards like an escalator? Are you pressing your feet apart as you stand up to feel your bum engage? And are you really challenging your range of motion? How low can you go with these squats? 10 seconds left. As those hips continue to get warmer, maybe a little bit lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're moving on to our TRX Low Rows. So fully shorten your straps all the way up and stand facing the anchor point. My hands are at my rib cage and my toes are up towards my shins. The further under I am, the harder this exercise is. So eyes up at your anchor. We're going for 45 seconds. Straighten those arms and then bring your chest to your hands. Eyes stay up. Straighten, body planked and strong. Big squeeze. Keep going, guys. I'm going to give you a slightly different angle so you can really see what my toes are doing here. You're still rowing. Eyes are up. My toes are up toward the ceiling. Now you've got this space between your ears and your shoulders. You want to respect that space and not let your shoulders fill it. If this gets too challenging, just take a little step back and keep rowing. Here, are you still squeezing that piece of coal, making your diamond? We have 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. TRX Front Squat. So we're going to fully lengthen your straps. Flip that squat around. Here's the tricky part. You've got to take both handles and put them in your armpits. Okay, so I'm holding onto this like a backpack. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. 2 and 1. Staying on the balls of your feet. Bend both knees to 90. Squeeze your buns and stick the landing in that nice strong plank. Pressing the hips back and come right back to your plank. Try to avoid letting your knees drop down. You're pressing your bum back, finding that hinge. If you're familiar with it in the weight room, it's kind of like a hack squat in the weight room. So a big focus on your quads and on your calves. Your eyes are looking out ahead of you slightly, like you're on a bike path, checking out what's coming up next. Bending, squeezing, pressing, buns tight. Find that plank on top. You're being shot across the circus in a cannon. Bam. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. TRX I Fly. So your straps will be at mid-length. So you're going to shorten them up to mid-length, standing facing the anchor point. Bring those arms all the way up to an I, one foot directly in front of the other. Bend the back knee, lower down to your plank, shoulders out of your ears. Pull those arms straight up. Don't let them bend. Here we go. I bend my back knee. Arms totally straight, and I'm pulling up, keeping constant tension on my straps at all times. If this is too easy, you can walk under. You don't have to move much, and you'll feel a big difference. If it's too hard, you can walk back. Now here are my questions. Are your arms totally straight? If those elbows are bending, that means you're cheating. Are your shoulders away from your ears? Relaxing your head off of those shoulders. Are your ribs tucked in so you're not arching your back on the way up? And is your body staying in one straight line as you move from the bottom to the top of this exercise? 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get set up with your TRX High Biceps curls. So my straps are still at mid-length. I'm standing facing the anchor point, and my pinkies are at my temples, elbows are up. Digging my heels into the floor, slowly straighten those arms. Bring your pinkies right back up. Ribs hidden, buns tight. Here we go. Straighten, shoulder blades anchored, and bring the pinkies back to the temples. All the way straight, neck stays relaxed, and pull and squeeze. Are you still holding on to that piece of coal? Are those elbows up with your shoulders down? Try not to let your elbows come in. You keep the elbows high, like they're on a nice high countertop. And I'm just bringing my pinkies right to my forehead and back down. My toes are still up to my shins, so I'm holding that nice, strong, active plank. Big squeeze. To make that harder, you can step under a little, and vice versa. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's cardio blast time, guys. So right now we are going to get ready for your cardio interval. We have 2 different exercises that we're going to alternate. The first exercise will be 30 seconds of hopping forward and back. If you don't want to hop, you can step forward and back. The second exercise will be 30 seconds of hopping side to side. If you don't want to jump, you can just do little side steps, side to side. It's 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 4 rounds alternating those 2 exercises. So if you've got some jams to listen to, turn up the volume. We're going in 10 seconds. Get ready for those forward and back hops. I've had 2 kids, so these are always super interesting. You know what I'm talking about. 3, 2, and 1. Forward and back, soft knees. And you get to decide how fast these are and how high they are. Maybe you want deeper squats, forward and back, or maybe you want tiny little hops, forward and back. Your choice. Staying on the balls of your feet, being nice and reactive and athletic. We've got 10 seconds left with these. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds of recovery, then we're going side to side. Remember, if jumping's not your thing, you can just do side steps really fast, back and forth. All right, going in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side to side, bam. Keeping my feet together, my knees are soft, just like I'm skiing moguls. Side to side. I'm a terrible skier, and I definitely can't ski moguls. But I assume this is kind of what it feels like. We've got 15 seconds left. Side to side. Last 10. Nice and quick and reactive. I haven't gone to the bathroom in my pants yet. Hope you haven't either. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have 1 more of each of those. How are your calves feeling? You can stretch those out for a second. Going again in 10 seconds. I know some of you superstars may be tempted to skip this rest break. Don't. It's going to be very valuable later. 2, and 1. Forward and back. Hop and hop. And hop. Nice soft knees. Bouncing forward and back. Again, you can choose how big or how fast of hops these are. You can turn them more into broad jumps if you'd like, or just keep them quick and tiny and reactive. Hope you got some good music to listen to. When I teach my live classes, I usually crank the volume right now. 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. All right, we're going side to side. 1 more time for this cardio blast. Then we'll take a short water break and begin round 2. All right, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side to side. Soft knees. Again, being super reactive. Bop, 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 bop. Pressing off the floor. And these you can also make really big as well if you'd like. I like the small, quick, reactive ones. 10, 10 seconds left, then you've earned your water break. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab a quick sip of water, and then we're going to begin round 2. Now, round 2 is ground-based, so if you need a mat, if you're on a harder floor, definitely pull up a mat. All right. I'm going to get my mat, and we're going to start. You still have 40 seconds, but we should probably start moving here. We're going to start with our TRX Crunches. Do you like my TRX mat, by the way? These are so squishy. I love them. My straps are at mid-calf length. Zoink. Zoink. Have a seat. Make sure those foot cradles are dangling just above your toes. That's how you know you've done mid-calf length correctly. And we're going to keep it at this length for the entire round. Hold it wide in a Christmas tree, roll back, dive your toes in, flip it over, ground facing away. If you struggle with this part, pause the video, get into position, start again. We're gonna do your TRX Crunches. So in 3, 2, 1, strong plank, pull those knees in, hips hinge up, and reset. These crunches are too hard, you can just hold a regular plank. If that regular plank is too challenging, get your feet out of the straps and just hold a regular plank on the ground. I'm actively pressing my hands into the floor. My shoulders are lined up directly above my wrists so that I'm not pinching them. And everything's strong and tight and braced. 45 seconds is a long time for crunches. If you need to set down, reset, especially if you feel back pain, and come back to us, that's totally fine. 10 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently set your knees down, double butt kick to get out of there. Now we're gonna do your TRX Hamstring Curls. So we have to get your heels in the foot cradles. 2 fingers in each foot cradle, hold it wide like a Christmas tree. Roll back and drop your heels on top of your fingers. Head and shoulders down, extend those legs in front of you, let your toes fall back towards your shins. Lift your bum up, pull those knees in and out. Again, you're driving down into the foot cradles. You do have an option, if you like, to keep your bum down and just drag your heels in if keeping your hips up is a little too challenging. Otherwise, lift those hips up, push down, and drag the heels in towards your bum. Notice how this is like a squat too. We just happen to be laying on the ground. We have 20 seconds left. Keep breathing. These are not easy. And I hate to break it to you, I've been with TRX for 12 years, they haven't gotten easier yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, come on out of there. Let's do some side plank fun here. We're gonna do a side plank with a crunch. If suspended side planks are hard for you, just hold a regular side plank on the ground. Otherwise, I'm gonna have you pop both toes in the foot cradles so you're ground sideways to the anchor point. Top foot is in front, bottom foot's behind. Push down, lift up, pressing down with your feet so they're not swinging. Now tuck both knees into your chest and reset. This is hard, right? Pushing down and reset. And again, 45 seconds is a long time to do side plank work. So if you need to come down, reset, brace, and come back up, that's totally fine. Otherwise, gang, keep going. My top foot is in front, my bottom foot is behind, and I'm actively driving my forearm into the floor. We have 10 seconds left on this side, and then we'll switch it around. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your toes in, easy transition. Roll to your stomach, not to your back. Roll to your stomach, and then to the other side. Now you get to see my good side. Sorry about that. Once again, your top foot is in front. So I'm on my left forearm, my right foot's in front. Bottom foot's behind. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Push down, find that plank. I pull both knees in and stick the landing. So side plank with a bit of a squat snuck in there. And again, 45 seconds is a long time. You're welcome to come down, roll it out, reset, press back up, especially if you feel any back pain or you find your hips sagging down. Now, cool body check here. Between each one, are you pressing those hips forward so you're not maintaining that hip hinge the whole time? actively driving down in your forearm. I can't see the clock, but I assume we are almost done with this set. Keep pressing down, pull it in, reset, keep it tight, 2 and 1. Oh, come on out of there. We've got one more in this round 2 here before we hit our cardio drill. We're gonna do your TRX hip presses. So let's get those heels back in. Ground facing the anchor point, knees stay at 90. You're gonna squeeze your bum. Don't let those legs kick out. Lift and lower. 45 seconds, here we go. Squeeze everything. Push down to lift up, lower down. Common fault, you keep going, is people lift up and they kick those feet out. You wanna make sure you keep a vertical upper leg to the floor, perpendicular to the floor. So I push down and lift. When I get to the top, I want that straight line from my knees to my hips, down to my shoulders. Head and shoulders, hug the ground. These are tough. Luckily, we only have one set of these today. You're welcome. And push down, lift up. 15 seconds to go. Keep those knees bent. If you're on a door anchor, you can kind of keep your feet hovering just in front of the door, and then you'll know that you're not kicking the door and extending your legs. 2 and 1. Woo! All right, get ready for our next cardio interval. We're going to stay on the ground for these. First one are good old-fashioned mountain climbers. Option 1, it's touch, touch. Option 2, it's pop, 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 pop. Exercise 2, plank jacks. Option 1, touch, touch. Option 2, legs open, close. Option 3, legs and arms open and close. Oh boy. 30 on, 15 off, mountain climbers. Here we go. Strong plank, hit it. Pop, 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 pop. I'm actively pressing into the floor. I'm still holding that strong plank that we've been focusing on today. Pulling the knees in, and you're blasting your music, rocking this cardio around before our next water break. Keep going, gang. 10 seconds left. Really pull those knees up. Option, step tap, step tap. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it back 15 seconds. We're moving on to those plank jacks next. Whew. I'm gonna do some sweating today. All right, going in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Strong plank. Open and together. Now really fight to not let your hips drop. Again, option, tap, touch, or harder option, open and close. Yikes! 20 seconds left here. Whew. Me tired never. Eyes out ahead of you slightly, just like in those TRX crunches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have one more of each of those. Our mountain climbers are coming up next in 15 seconds. Roll out those shoulders, catch your breath. Here we go, gang. You ready? Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What music motivates you? What are you playing right now? I kind of like the Backstreet Boys. I'm sure you're gonna laugh. That's my thing. Again, option, tap and tap. Otherwise, switch, switch, switch. Strong plank. Actively pressing down. 10 seconds remaining. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! We have one more set in this cardio blast, and then you get your water break. So up next, we have those plank jacks. Swing out your arms, roll out your shoulders, gently stretch out your back, going in 3, 2, and 1. Plank jacks, 30 seconds. Bam, bam, strong plank. Actively pressing into the floor, tummy's tight. Ensure your hips aren't sagging. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you did it. Oh. Grab some water. We've earned that water break. Minute recovery time before we hit round 3. And again, round 3 is a progression of what we did in round 1. So we're taking those exercises you've already seen and we're making them a little bit more challenging. So if any of them are too hard, you can always just take it back to what we did in round 1. All right, 30 seconds, we're going. We're gonna start with our TRX Single Leg Squats. So our straps are at mid-length, and you'll be standing facing the anchor point. Centering your left foot to the anchor, shoulder blades down and back. You can set your right heel down if you want a little more assistance. Otherwise, pick up that right leg. You want to make sure you keep a neutral spine and you go straight down and up like an elevator, not falling backwards and forwards like an escalator. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Lower down nice and controlled and pull yourself back up. Remember, that option is you can keep your right heel in front of you. That unloads some of your body weight if the single leg squat itself is a little too challenging. Otherwise, that right leg stays out in front and you decide how low you can go. You can do a little one or you can go super low. But if you go super low, keep going. Make sure you keep this curve in your lower back and not let the tailbone tuck under. We've got 15 seconds left of our TRX single leg squats on this side. Down and drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out 20 seconds. We're gonna do the same thing on the right leg. And remember, straight down, straight up. Avoid falling backwards against the straps. You should be able to find a little bit of slack between each rep. So I'm gonna have you balance on your right foot. Shoulders are down and back. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, option of setting your heel down and come straight back up. Sinking the hips down and back and pull it back up, relaxing your neck. Again, letting it float off of your shoulders. Pressing the hips back, using your arms as much as you need. It's not cheating to pull a bit with your hands. That's the point. Doing a regular single leg squat is super challenging without having something to hold on to. That's why the suspension trainer is such a cool tool for this exercise. 10 seconds left. A few more really good reps here. Down, pressing through that full foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. TRX Inverted Row. We have to over shorten your straps for this exercise. So you're gonna come all the way short. Then you're gonna grab the outside of the strap, bring your handle to the top of your hip. You're going to be ground directly beneath the anchor. If you're on a door anchor, just do a regular low row. Press those hips up, hands to rib cage back down. Driving your feet into the floor. Eyes stay up. Are you keeping those ribs tucked in? Are you keeping your shoulder blades in your back pocket? Are you still holding onto that piece of coal nice and tight? Are you actively driving your feet into the floor? These are harder than those regular low rows, right? 15 seconds left. Come on, upper body. Push and drive. Last 10. Just a few more reps. 3, 2, and 1. Those are seriously challenging. We're gonna move on to your front squat with a hop. Carefully, fully lengthen your straps. Stand facing away. Straps go in your armpits. Let go of the handles and re-grip them. I'm on the balls of my feet. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. Let's bend those knees, going for 45. Forward, back, absorb. Eyes are looking out ahead of you. Nice soft landing. Bending the knees, pressing off the floor. Taking your time, squeezing the buns. Make sure your knees track directly over your middle toes and they're not buckling in as you hop forward. Big press into the floor. We have 20 seconds left. Your quads should be burning at this point. Do you feel it? Last 15. Eyes are out ahead of you. Strong plank. Hips are going back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're gonna do your TRX High Biceps curls, but we're gonna reverse that grip. Straps are at mid-length. Stand facing the anchor point. Thumbs go to your temples. Elbows are nice and high. You're going in 5. You'll straighten those arms and then bring your pinkies right back to your temples. Here we go. Keeping your shoulders down out of your ears. Ribs are tucked in, head is floating off of your shoulders. Those elbows stay fairly close. You could squeeze a basketball between them. The tricky part is keeping your elbows up and your shoulders down. Are you squeezing those butt cheeks nice and tight? Still working on making that diamond. Are you driving your toes up toward your shins? And remember, you can make these harder by walking under, but if you find you're arching your back or dropping your elbows, move back. You'll notice this grip is a little more challenging than the regular gripped high biceps curl. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're gonna do your TRX Split Raise. So what my arms are doing is they start open, one up, one down. Then they'll close, they'll flip, and they'll open. Straps are at mid-length, stand facing your anchor. Start with those arms in that open alligator chomp. Offset your feet. Bend the back knee, fall backwards, flip the hands, arms straight, pull it open. Bend the back knee, close, flip, open. Now check on that bottom arm. The bottom arm is the one that's gonna try to bend and cheat. Don't let it. Keep those arms totally straight. One is straight up, one is straight down. Keeping constant tension on those straps at all times. If it's too easy, walk it under, but make sure you keep your feet in that offset foot stance. That's gonna help keep your tension on the straps the entire range of motion as you really pull those arms open. 10 seconds left, and then we'll get into some more cardio fun here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. All right, our cardio blast, 2 exercises. Exercise 1, squat jumps with the straps. Dropping your bucket, you're gonna pull, push, absorb that landing. If you don't wanna jump, you can do speed squats on the strap. Second exercise, squat jacks, arms together, open, together. Option is step together if you don't wanna jump. Get ready for those TRX squat jumps, straps at mid-length. We're going for 30, 2, and 1. Here we go, drop the bucket, pull, push, soft landing. I'm going straight up again like an elevator. The second I land, my knees and my hips absorb that landing. I'm pressing down into the handles so that my upper body is helping get some height. Option, if you don't want to jump, just try nice, low, and fast TRX squats. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds recovery, then we're gonna do those squat jacks. This is our last cardio burst round today. So let's make the most of it. All right, 1 and 5, 4, squat jacks, 2, and 1. Here we go, open and together. Drop that bucket, nice deep squat. Option, step together, step together. 20 seconds left. Drop that bucket. Are the shoulders staying away from your ears? Nice and low. 10. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. 15 off, and then we're going back to those squat jumps using the suspension trainer. Going in 10. Whew, short breath. 5, 3, 2, can you tell how excited I am? Here we go, drop it, pull, push, land. You got this. Think of like a set number of reps you wanna do before you modify. That's halfway. Option, which I'm gonna take, is speed squats. Dropping down, driving up. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, squat jacks. Last cardio burst of the day. You've got this. We're going in 10. Find your air. Big inhales and exhales. And 3, 2, and 1. Here it is. Open together. Nice and low. Opening and closing those arms. Big wide chest. 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a sip of water. Then we're gonna move on to your -1 low row challenge. Dun, dun, dun. The way this challenge is gonna work is I'm gonna do 10 TRX low rows. Then you're gonna do 10 TRX low rows. I'll count. If you move faster, fine. If you move slower, no problem. Then I'll do 9, you'll do 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, until we get to 1. So, TRX low row, fully shorten your straps. Now when you get to those last few reps, see if you can really challenge that angle, making it nice and steep. Because after this, we just have to stretch, and that's it. So I'm gonna start, so you'll get a little bit longer rest break here while I crank out these 10. You're welcome. I'm gonna go 10 reps. 1, 2, body straight. 3, you get to choose your angle. 4, get ready. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You ready? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. 9s. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're up for 9s. 9, 8, 7. You got this. Big pull. 6, 5, 4. How low can you go? 3, shoulder blades. 2, and 1. We're on to 8. So I'm going to go a little lower, maybe. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, controlled. 3, 2, and 1. You're on to 8. And 8. 7, are your shoulders down? 6. 5, is your body straight? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we are at 7s. I'm gonna go even lower. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're up to 7s now. And 7. Keep pulling. 6, shoulders down. 5, tight buns. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Notice how your rest break is a little bit shorter. Now we're on to 6s and going even lower. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, getting harder, and 1. You're up. Here you go. 6, 5, 4, big pull. How low can you go? 3, challenge that angle. 2, and 1. Now to 5s. I'm going even lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, your turn. Go. 5, 4, 3, big pull. 2, last one. 1, we're on to 4s now. Even lower. Oh boy, come on, Shana. 4, 3, perfect posture. 2, I'm telling myself that. And 1. All right, I'm staying down here. You're up. 4, big pull. 3, shoulder blades. 2, brace your core. And 1, now 3s. I'm going way down. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Can you get lower? 3, 2, one more pull. 1, now just 2s. I'm gonna go even lower. Oh boy. 1, 2. Whew. All right, you go. Keep that plank. And 1, 2. All right, last ones. Ready? and 1. All right, how low can you go? 1. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna give you an air high five. I can't see you, but you notice how we kind of crept that angle down a little bit, making things a little more challenging as we went? Grab a sip of water, and you've earned those stretches for today, for sure. So we're gonna start with your lower back stretch with rotation. Straps are at mid-length. Stand facing the anchor point. Now walk it back so your arms are straight out in front of you. Breathe in, breathe out. Fold your body in half. Get a nice stretch, hinging those hips back, falling away from the anchor. Now from this position, I'm gonna have you bend your right knee. Feel that left hip press back. Gently look under your left armpit. Whew. Now bend your left knee, press your right hip back, look under your right armpit. Feel that stretch through those lats. We used a lot of lats and back for all that rowing today. And now you can switch back and forth at your own pace. Drop one hip and then the other, side to side. And if you want to hold any of these stretches longer, do it. You can always hit that pause button. In fact, if I were you, I would have taken advantage of that pause button on those rest breaks. And come on up. Let's do your half kneeling hip flexor stretch. If you're on a hard floor, you're definitely going to need a mat for this stretch because you'll be on one knee for it. Your straps are going to be a little longer than mid-length. I'd say about mid-calf or even fully lengthened. And you'll start facing away from the anchor point in that Frankenstein position. I'm going to step my right foot in front, lower my left knee down to the mat, and come down. In this position, my arms should be straight up, and my chest should be getting a nice stretch, and I should feel a stretch in my hip flexors right here on that left side. So I'm really squeezing my left bum as I press my hips forward, letting my shoulders fall down and back out of my ears. Now I'm going to take my right hand and drop it to the side, creating as much distance between my two hands as I can, really pressing into those handles, letting my shoulders fall away from my ears, still squeezing my left bum to open those hips up. Inhale and exhale. Let's switch it up. Bring both arms up. Switch your feet. Now I'm going to put my left foot in front. Squeeze my right bum. Drive that right hip forward. Let my shoulders fall away from my ears. Releasing the hip flexors from all that squatting today and really pressing your hands straight up. Now we're going to drop the left arm down. Again, creating that distance between your two hands. Letting your shoulders fall away from your ears. Actively pressing your hands apart, really driving those hips forward. Feels so good. And now I'm going to have you very carefully bring those arms together and stand back up. We're going to end with your chest and torso stretch. So keeping the straps right where they are, I'm going to have you stand facing away from the anchor point. Walk forward as your arms open up to a T position. I like to say you're Leonardo DiCaprio, king of the world. Hopefully you can get that Titanic reference. Now I'm going to step one foot in front and let those arms open up. My shoulders are down. My thumbs are up toward the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Oh, that's good. This is counteracting all that slouching you possibly do during the day if you're working on your computer, checking social media. Now I'm going to have you move back just a touch, drop your right arm down, reach your left arm over the top for a nice side bend, side stretch all the way across the side of your body. Now we're going to do the same thing the other way. Drop your left arm, bring your right arm way over the top, and join that stretch over the top of your body. Now step those feet together and forward fold. Take a bow, just let your head hang and relax. Feel that stretch through your hamstrings, let gravity lengthen your neck. And come on up. Give yourself a hand. You did it. So today we burned an insane amount of calories and built some strength. We did your warm-up. We did 3 rounds of work with a focus on squatting and pulling. And then we did that -1 challenge, which I love. You can do that with your spouse, with your kids, with your friends at the gym. It's a really fun way to run a workout and kind of play with that work to rest ratio. Anyway, I had a blast with you. I can't wait to do another workout with you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me.